Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mike Kelly. I'm IntersForum.com and Real Illusion Forum. Users having some problems, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't even know exactly how to categorize all of this, but we're going to try to sum this all up, and hopefully some of the things we go over will help some of you that might be having similar issues. So the first problem we're having is, or the problem he's having is he has a suit, a super suit that. That doesn't fit right. The problem is the suit itself fits right, but he wants to put a logo on it. That's the bottom line. And the suit, let's go back to here. Let's go to the content. The problem with the suit is it has a number of different layers on it. I think you've seen some of the other videos I've done with this that has what it has is it has different places where you can consolidate different colors and things. And because of that, it splits up the suit into a number of different material areas. So if you come in here, don't pay attention to the fact that he hasn't got any pants on. This is just the basic idea of the suit. We're just working on this chest area. I'm not even worried about it not quite fitting because we can always conform that. We're just talking about this basic suit here. And this suit has a lot of different places on it. So if we go to the scene and we make sure we've selected the bodysuit, so that's the suit we're talking about. That's the one we want to put the logo on. If we say, oh, well, we'll just put the logo on this portion right here that says shirt 3, if you're following me. The problem is shirt 3 is only this portion of it. Now, that's actually probably where he wants to put the B logo. I'm not quite sure why that doesn't work, just putting the B logo at that shirt 3. And that would be what I would have suggested him do. But in any case, I'm going to show you guys what you could do to combine more than one area on here, just in case that you want to put logos that go across different areas. So in other words, what I'm going to try to say is that if you wanted to have your logo that went across this collar area or these sleeves, you wanted some kind of logo. Right for now, we already know that in this particular area here, this suit, that this particular material right here, shirt 3, would do for the logo. So we could put a logo right there because that's really all he needs. So I'm not quite sure what his problem is. But let's pretend for a minute that we want to solidify all the rest of this. So how do we do that? Well, there's a lot of different ways you can do that. But on the forum, people were suggesting that they bring this into Blender. And so I'll show you a little bit about doing that from Blender. First of all, you don't really want to export this directly into Blender because Blender doesn't really like a lot of stuff that comes out of Character Creator. So we want to use an intermediate step. So the first thing we want to do is with this whole area is we want to export the whole thing, the FBX, the clothed character, okay, the whole schmuck thing. And that's what I did here. Then we want to open it up and bring it into Exchange. Okay, with me so far? So this is the thing that had the cape and the boots, everything. But we're really only interested in the super suit area. So that's this area here. So now if we select this area, follow me so far, from Exchange, we want to export to a different format. This is what we want to do in Exchange and export it as an OBJ. Okay? And that's what I already did this. I've already exported it as an OBJ. And then in Blender, so now we're getting to the Blender part of this. We want to open up that OBJ. We want to import that OBJ in. And I think, now I'm not even sure what this was. I went through so many iterations of this. I think I ended up calling it SS, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. No, it wasn't that. That was some of the exports from Character Creator which failed. Let's see if I can figure out which one I actually brought this in as. Oh, wait a minute. It might be one of these. Oh, yeah, it is one of these. Okay. I think it was the first one I did. Yeah, it was no, it wasn't the first one. All right, let's try this again. The reason it comes in a little bit off, and you'll find this a lot of times, is the actual scale doesn't match in Blender versus the iClone world, the Character Creator world. And so you have to be a little careful about zooming in and out. Let's try SS again and see. Yeah, okay, so it was SS. Okay, so this is the OBJ as it came from where am I at now? Now I'm confused. Where it came from. I'm so bad at Blender. Come on, how do I get down? I remember how to do this. What was it? this. I just never use this thing. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right. I knew it was one of those things. Okay, now we can zoom in. This is the OBJ as it came out of Exchange, and that's what you want to use is the one that comes out of Exchange. So in here, with this selected, we want to go into Edit Mode, and then we want to deselect all these characters. And so what we want to do is, these are all the different material selections in here. So if you see, if we go through and select, those are little pieces of sleeve, and we'll select those are sleeves, and so we could do all that, but all I was doing was selecting the middle portion, because for some reason I thought maybe he, I don't know why, I thought he needed all this. I don't know. Anyway, I really don't know. But anyway, this is, you can select different pieces of the shirt, and so you get whatever you want to select, get it all, and then you want to assign it to just one thing. So we just assign it to shirt 3. So now this material, shirt 3, is actually that selection, if that makes sense. So that's that whole selection. The other materials don't even exist anymore. If we go into one of those other pieces that we selected, one of those other shirt things like that, and we select, you'll see they don't exist anymore. Those materials are gone. And you can actually delete those materials. You can go back in object mode and delete that particular material out because it doesn't exist anymore. You can do that. And that's okay, but you don't have to. And then from here, we want to go ahead and file, and then just export it as an OBJ, and leave it alone. All the other stuff, leave alone. And I exported it. No, I already did that. I exported it. I don't want to go through all that again. And then in here, what we do is, we'll turn that off, and then we go to Create Accessory, and then we bring in that thing that we exported it from Blender. And now I'm trying to remember what the heck I called that. I'm so confused by all this stuff. Should I call it Super Shirts? Let's see if that was it. I don't know if it was it or not. No, obviously it wasn't. All right, accessory. I don't remember where it was anymore. I don't even know. Star Trek Bridge. Well, let's pretend it's the SS one again. Okay. So then with this now brought in, what you've done is you've consolidated those textures. So even though it has some of these textures, they're not really there anymore. So maybe that's why I was having problems. Okay, so I'd already consolidated that. Anyway, so now with that consolidated, that was the difference. I had consolidated that and brought that in. So now with it consolidated, now you can go ahead, and his problem was to add the logo. So you go in, and I just added this B logo thing, and then he has this logo, and you can see it's nice. And he was having problems getting the right resolution. This is a little blocky, really up close, but then again, what you can do with this is just make the resolution greater. This particular thing, I went to Launch, and in Photoshop, bring that over here. The image size, see, is 1024, so you could bump this all the way up to, I don't know, 2048 by 2048. And if you do that, then you need to probably increase the size of the logo, because now that logo, I might be okay. We'll see. We'll just take a look. Quick export as PNG. We'll do that, export that, replace that, here, this. Yeah, might be good. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So you can see that that's pretty good resolution. Anyway, so hopefully that helps. That's exactly how you want to do this process. So the basic key is make sure you go through Exchange when you're exporting this OBJ to Blender, if you're going to go that route, because Blender doesn't like the OBJs as they come out of Character Creator 3 and will do some nasty things. And then he was concerned because it was changing the colors and things of his original, and that's part of the problem. It was coming out of the wrong thing. So I think you can see that if I turn back the original stuff, that the coloration is absolutely correct. It's actually exactly the same coloration as the one that we brought in. So anyway, so that's how to do that. Hopefully this helps you guys in the forum, and we'll see you around.